One fall day, after school. I'm Shinji Mabuki, 11th grade. Two girls and I was only ones left in the classroom or class 2/1. And I was in trouble. I was faced with two ultimate choices. I was asked out by two girls from my class, and I wasn't quite the pickles.
I want you to go out with me.
First, is this new student that moved here from Yamaguchi Prefecture about a month ago. I know it's not good to talk about the people's looks, but she has a little to no boobs. She has a long black hair with a blonde heavy haircut. But she's tall and her physique is like a model. She doesn't look or act very bold, and she has gained a nickname, plain and simple. This is Kanako Yamashita, and she has asked me out. We were assigned seats next to each other just the other day. Kanako is a bit forgetful, and she forgets to bring a lot of stuff. One day, she forgot her eraser, another it was her textbook. One of the worst examples was her forgetting her lunch. So, me sitting right next to her, letting her one of my erasers, let her look off my textbook, and gave her half of my handmade sandwich. Since I don't have a mom, and I live with just my dad, making lunch in the morning was my job.
Thanks.
I didn't find her cute when she shyly thanked me, slyly looking up at me.
This egg sandwich is really good. Your mom must be a really good cook.
Oh, well, no, I made that. My mother passed away from breast cancer 2 years ago.
Oh, I didn't know that. So you made these.
Yeah. Back to the present. I was also asked one of the most popular girl in school, the seat to the left of me in the class, Yuko Hayashi, the brunette.
Shinji, you'll go out with me, right?
She's short and looks like a bit childish, but she has massive boobs. Yuko Hayashi has a demeanor of a small animal, but she has a really bad mouth. On top of that, she acts all cutesy, so the other girls tend to steer away from her. Anyway, a week ago in a gym class, we were jumping over vaulting horses. She had tried to jump over level 7, and apparently she was unable to move from the twisting her ankle. None of the girls around Yuko were willing to help, so I was a student body president. I picked her up like a bride and carried her to the nurse's office. And according to her, this was the reason she fell off me.
Hey, you! I was meaning to ask Shinji out. How dare you come here from the city just a month ago and already have the nerve to ask Shinji out? Hey, Shinji, you're going to choose cute little me over this giant that's probably like 2 inches taller than you, right? Above all, she's so plain and simple. Black framed glasses, heavy curtain bangs, no boobs at all, and her choice of clothing is always pants like jeans and chinos. It's so lame. It's funny.
Hey, it's not nice to comment on other people's looks.
Who cares? I'm just stating the fact. Plus, Kanako doesn't seem to mind that I'm stating the obvious.
I brightly looked over at Kanako. It was true. It looked as if Yuko's bad mouthing didn't bother him the slightest.
Well, make your choice, Shinji.
Said Yuko. Huh? I say.
What do you mean? Huh? Both Kanako and I asked you out, so now you have to choose which one of us is going to be your girlfriend. Well, not that there's much of a choice. Of course, you'd prefer me, who's cute and has better fashion sense, to be your girlfriend and walk by your side, right?
Yuko wears a scarf every day. I'm very sure what I'm at. On the other hand, as mentioned earlier, Kanako always wears pants. I can't really make a choice right this instant. I need to sleep on it. I need to think it through, so give me until tomorrow. Yuko puffed up her cheeks to my response and said,
What?
She protests, and Kanako says,
I understand.
And nods compliantly. Then, both girls leave the room. I'm exhausted, so I gather my things and leave the classroom and head back to home. The next day after I got asked out by two girls, I arrived at school to find that there was an incident. The classroom is a lot of first as usual. The seat to the right of me. There is something different about Kanako Yamashita.
Good morning, Shinji.
Who are you?
Oh, you. It's me. Kanako,
No way!
do you think it looks weird? I tried to retire the plain and simple label. Yuko calling me plain and simple over and over again made me want to put my best foot forward.
It's not weird at all. I was startled and shook my hand back and forth from my face. Plain and simple looks so different today. She's so hot. And she's gotten layers in her hair and it looks a lot lighter. And she dyed it blonde. You dyed your hair blonde from black yesterday? And you touched glasses and put on makeup. No fear. Technically, at our school, we are allowed to dye our hair. Technically, we are to wear in our own closet or school uniform. But then Yuko stood up from her chair. She patted on her skirt and she said to me,
Do you think this length will pass the school protocol? You can't see my underwear underneath, can you?
I glanced over briefly, not knowing where to look, especially at her bare legs. You might be cutting it close. I think you might need to make it a little longer.
Oh, okay.
She obeyed and unraveled her skirt to make it a little longer.
Is this okay?
Sure. Anyway, you have really pretty legs.
Oh, I used to do classical ballet, so I guess they're in okay shape.
Kanako said modestly, but from Guy's perspective, it's out of this world. It's way too pretty. The classroom was falsely because of the Kanako. It was because she looked totally different. Everyone in the class was talking about her. Hey, Plain and Simple had a huge transformation. Ooh, her face is so cute. She doesn't have boobs, but her legs so long and pretty.
Blonde looks so good on Plain and Simple,
they said. Later, Kanako's love rival had arrived at school. Yuko entered the classroom. She saw Kanako sitting next to me. She was about to greet me.
Morning, Shinji.
She tried to say as she dropped her school bag next to her desk. Then,
Plain and Simple, you look so different.
She mumbled squeakily. And
I lost,
she shouted. And she cried loudly until the homeroom started. And that's how I ended up walking home with Kanako, hand in hand. I asked Kanako on her walk home. So, why are you Plain and Simple until yesterday?
Oh, I don't like being the center of attention. I don't like special treatment.
I gave a response that wasn't very clear.
My name is Shunya Nishizono. I'm a store manager of a famous chain cafe. I'm single and I've been looking for a partner since I felt old enough to marry someone. I have been attending matchmaking parties in order to find a possible girlfriend. I get along with girls quite well at the parties and they agree to go on a date with me, but I never get past the second date. Multiple girls have dumped me already and I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I'm currently getting ready to open the cafe. While feeling pretty depressed, that is when one of the staff decided to talk to me.
Boss, did you get dumped again?
This is Kana Ninuma. She is a part-time staff, but she's been working for the cafe for quite a while, so I counted on her in many ways. She's pretty too, so there are customers who come into this cafe to see her. How did you know?
After you get dumped, you wear your apron inside out. It's quite obvious.
Huh? Seriously?
And you always have this "I'm so depressed" face. It's ruining your handsome face. Customers are gonna run away when they see your face like that.
Haha, I had to be careful then.
Maybe matchmaking parties aren't for you. If you get dumped so frequently like this, you should look into girls around you since they know you better.
Yeah, so I've been thinking, what am I doing wrong?
There's no point in thinking if things don't change. Maybe they're intimidating because you look too desperate. Maybe you should stop going to matchmaking parties altogether, and then you'll get a girlfriend.
You think so? I'm going to matchmaking parties because I don't know much about girls around me, you know?
I don't think you'll be able to marry like this though, even if you keep going to matchmaking parties.
Just like this. She's always been harsh on me. She always makes fun of me when she notices that I got dumped, even though I don't say a thing. To be honest, I've been wanting to strike a revenge on her. So I invited my friend for a drink after work because I needed someone to talk to. People say that my friendships between a guy and a girl don't last, but Honoka Ozeki, my childhood friend, and I have been a good friend for a long time. So, my hunt for a girlfriend isn't going well, and my staff is making fun of me for that. Don't you think she's horrible?
But it's true that you get dumped all the time.
It is a fact, I know that. But she keeps saying that matchmaking parties aren't for me every time I get dumped. I'm working hard, you know? She doesn't get that. Matchmaking parties and romances are different things.
Well, I know what you mean.
That being said, didn't we promise that we will be marrying each other if we didn't find a partner when we hit 30? Where's that?
We're adults now. Things are different from those times when boys were considered attractive if they could run fast.
You're still single, right? I thought I had you even, if I could find anyone else.
I want to marry a doctor or a lawyer, someone who earns a lot. You know, I don't want to marry a guy who wants to compromise with a childhood friend just because he's struggling to find a partner.
You're harsh.
Well, I know that you're a good guy though. I really wonder why you get dumped so much. But I also know that girls tend to dump boys once they find out that they aren't the perfect match.
That staff girl that I told you about, she keeps making fun of me every time I get dumped. I want to show her that I'm not that kind of guy who she thinks I am, but I don't have any other matchmaking parties left for a while.
I can pretend that I'm your girlfriend and show a fake relationship off to her.
What?
Your life could be a little easier if she stopped making fun of you, right?
Just like that, Hanukkah proposes to show up at my cafe as a fake girlfriend. To be fair, I had been feeling like I was a loser because Numa-san kept laughing at me. Maybe Hanukkah's plan is a good idea after all. A while has passed since then, and it is the day of the mission. Hanukkah comes to my cafe right after it opened. There aren't many customers in the cafe around this time.
Good morning. Is Shinya here?
Welcome. Oh, the boss? Do you mind if I ask why you need him?
Well, it's nothing. I just wanted to see him, so I came here.
Hanukkah says in a girly tone that I've never heard her speak in. I try my best to contain my laughter. Welcome, Hanukkah-san.
Shinya, I'm sorry to visit you. You must be busy, but I really wanted to see your face.
Please sit here. Do you want a coffee?
Yes. Oh, but I have to go to work after this, so could you pour it in a takeout cup?
So, you know my boss?
Niyuma-san is talking to Hanukkah. I think the plan is going well.
Yeah, I'm Shinya-kun's girlfriend.
Huh? The boss's girlfriend? But he got dumped recently.
I bring Hanukkah a coffee to join the conversation. I'm looking for a partner, so I try to meet as many girls as possible before asking one out seriously. So this is Hanukkah-san, who I'm officially going out with.
Nice to meet you.
Now you can't say that I get dumped all the time, right?
Yeah, I guess it's all good for you, boss. I was so worried, you know. I know you're such a great guy and no one realizes your attractiveness. I mean, if you couldn't find anyone, No, that's not what I wanted to say. Anyways, I'm happy that you finally got a girlfriend.
Huh? She's about to cry? Oh, I see. So she likes... I wasn't looking at the time. I have to go. Can I borrow Shinya-kun for a second before I go?
Yeah, sure.
Hanukkah says, and she takes me out of the cafe.
I think we succeeded. She now thinks that I'm your girlfriend.
Thanks! I think I was able to prove my point.
Now, I know I'm the one who planned this, but don't you think it's kind of vain to do something like this? You're still single.
Well, you're right, but...
Work harder and get a real girlfriend as soon as possible. I mean, I don't think you have to worry that much, though.
What do you mean?
Pay attention to the girls around you. Stupid.
When I get back inside the cafe, Niyuma-san comes up to me.
So that's your type? Someone with big boobs and a beautiful face? Someone who's the opposite of me?
No, she's not exactly my type.
So you didn't care who you go out with as long as you got a girlfriend?
Well, no, that's not what I meant.
If you don't care who you go out with, can you go on a date with me? After work, we could go on a dinner date. Tonight.
Huh? I don't understand what made her say that, but I don't have any plans tonight, too. Eventually I give in, and we decide to go on a dinner date tonight. Because she only had to work in the morning today, she went home once and came back. She looks different when she's working at a cafe. She looks stylish, and her outfit's so revealing that my eyes keep getting caught on her cleavage and thighs. My heart is pounding so fast. I feel like I'm going on a date with a girl for the first time in my life. She is very different when she's talking too. She isn't making fun of me, and we are having such a good time together, enjoying the conversation. I knew that she was a good girl who was easy to talk to, but it's been a while since I talked to her like this.
Hey, boss. No, Nishizono-san. I think you know by now since I asked you out for a date like this, but I actually like you.
Oh, you mean...
I mean, I'm in love with you. I was always looking at you, so I was able to notice your changes. I wanted you to quit going to the matchmaking party, but I could only talk to you like that attitude.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you were genuinely making fun of me.
I've been hoping that you noticed, but you were too slow to realize. You didn't notice my feelings at all.
I'm sorry. I didn't even dream that you liked me.
I should have told you earlier if I knew that you were this slow. I wasn't expecting you to get a girlfriend this fast. But I don't want to give you up even though you have a girlfriend now. You try and meet as many girls as possible before deciding on one, right? Then, I mean, am I not good enough for you?
Well, about that, I go on to explain to her about the truth, about the fact that Honoka is my childhood friend, but nothing more. It's embarrassing to tell you this, but I'm actually single, so I'm gonna take you seriously, Ninuma-san.
Really?
Oh, don't get me wrong, it's not that I wanna date with any girls. I know you're a good girl because we've been working together for a long time. So, Kana, Ninuma-san, please, go out with me.
I'm so happy. I'm gonna try my best so we can marry one day. I'm waiting for you to propose to me in the best way possible, okay?
Few days later, I'm talking to Honoka about what happened. And that's what happened. I'm going out with Kana, even though you pretended to be my girlfriend and all that.
Right, I thought so.
Huh? What do you mean?
It was obvious that Kana-chan liked you. I was surprised that you didn't even know that.
Oh, so I was that slow.
That's why I told you to look around you more. But was I really okay to give Shunya up for Kana-chan?
Did you say something?
No, nothing. Anyway, congrats. Make sure to keep Kana-chan happy, okay?